Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S, your dreamer boy M.K.S, someone who dreams so much. But yeah, this is at the risk of sounding mad, if you didn't already know I was mad. I know I talked, basically GEM school is a school which I try and support in Kenya. I do my best to support. I'm an unofficial sponsor of the school, if you like, I suppose you could. But yeah, I do my best to support the school and raise awareness. I know I talked about it on this channel before, like saying please support the Red Gem School and stuff like that. But with my dreams about Italian football, which I often talk about, and Celtic as well, I call it, especially the dreams I have for Italian football and my desire to support Italian football, support it generally. I say it's like a guilty pleasure because I say Italian football I know is not the most ethical, and I don't support them necessarily I don't support them for the most ethical reasons, although I do think it'd be great if the clubs had their own foundation. So if they do get a lot of investment, they could donate at least some of that to charity. But anyway, I'd love it to be part of my legacy to raise as much money as possible for for charities as well as Italian football and Celtic and things like that. But yeah, so basically, technically it was the 17th, now it's midnight, so it's the 18th. But yeah, and 17 is a number I think of using to say imagine ifs and that sort of thing. I thought I'd use my imagination to say imagine if Rare Gem could legally be like a tax haven place for so I hope I don't sit too far away from the camera so you can actually hear me, but from the laptop, but just trying to straighten my back. But yeah, sorry if I'm fidgeting, but yeah, what if could you imagine if Rare Gem was like, I thought because of my guilty pleasure about supporting Italian teams and wanting them to raise billions, that sort of thing, I'd love for like Apple to invest in AC Milan and things like that, and other companies that begin with A, and like Inter Milan also to have loads of investment, and other Italian teams generally to have loads of investment. So I thought, I say it's my guilty pleasure, but I thought I'd talk about something more, I'm not sure if positive is the right word, but something more selfless, shall we say, in a way, although it would make me feel good. So there's probably no purely altruistic thing. But yeah, basically, sorry if I'm waffling, but yeah, I thought, what if, just like I'd love for Italian football and Celtic to be like tax exempt, what if Rare Gem like could get loads of donations and they would be tax exempt? So like billionaire companies that made billions, turned over billions and had to pay billions in taxes, could legally instead just give that money to Rare Gem, and it could be wiped off their taxes or something, and at the same time they could use it for their PR. But yeah, I'm probably being very naive, and it's probably a pipe dream. But as I say, it is an imagination. So I was thinking, like, imagining that. So as ever, I'd love to hear what you think. I hope you won't be too harsh. But yeah, as I often say, like freedom of speech. I'll try and make this video short and sweet, really, because I think short videos with people's attention span, especially my own, are pretty cool. Don't know if there's anything else I can cover. But yeah, I wonder about, am I being naive about the tax haven thing? Is like, because you could say, well, if they had to pay billions in tax, they would rather hide that money. But if they could do it legally, like, why would they want to give it to this school? But I think if it's like something that can make them feel good, I know we're relying on people to be altruistic, and they're not always altruistic, of course. But maybe they could show they're more altruistic than we think. I don't know. But also, I'd say, like, if they felt like it's good for their PR, and also they felt that maybe the gems, as we call them, the children in Rare Gem, if in the future, if they could do well, if they could use this funding to do well, like if it was built in I.C.T suites and they could get trained and they could become financially successful in the future, they could return the favor to the companies that support them. Maybe that could be something that would tempt them also. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Again, maybe I'm being naive, but in terms of if there's like a law that helped schools like Rare Gem, maybe even part of like reparations, because Kenya was a colony, they could get like companies to donate billions to them, and especially like dyslexics. Rare Gem basically, sorry, I was going to wrap the video up, but I'll just explain quickly what Rare Gem is. Rare Gem basically is a school that was set up by my friend Nancy, because that's how we became friends, through like the dyslexic community. And we became friends on Facebook, and she's part of a lot of dyslexic organizations and things like that, like events and conferences and things like that. But basically there wasn't much awareness of dyslexia in Kenya. So she set up this school, and because her son's dyslexic, and that's sort of a connector. He's what brought us together in many ways, because he's dyslexic like myself, and it helps children with dyslexia and other learning disabilities, as well as neighbouring refugees from other countries, like possibly some of them might come from Rwanda or Uganda. I think it'd be pretty cool to let Nancy describe it herself. So I hope to encourage her to like describe it, possibly put in the comments herself, like what the school is, what it's about. But yeah, but I think 80% of the students have some form of learning disability, where it's dyslexia. 1 or 2 have Down syndrome. A few have like ADHD. Some might even have dyspraxia as well, just like I have as well. But yeah, most of them have dyslexia, and some of them are like refugees who don't have learning disabilities, but they're from disadvantaged backgrounds because they don't have much money, and they've come to escape often war-torn countries or countries that have a lot of poverty. I mean, not that Kenya's particularly wealthy, but they've gone to Kenya, so it shows how desperate they are. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up, and as ever, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave your comments and thoughts and whatnot below. Peace and love.